Welcome back to Severely Cinematic. Today we're going to be looking at a movie called Going South, a movie starring and directed by Jack Nicholson. Now, this is one that I had in my cart many times at the Vinegar Syndrome store, but when I went to the archive in Connecticut late this summer, I picked it up and I just finally got around to watching it. And it's a sub-label of Vinegar Syndrome called Cinematographe, and it's seeks to fill the gaps in the canon of American cinema. And then all their scans, and this is a 4K scan that they did, also comes with a Blu-ray, and they all come in a cloth-bound media book. Now, like I said, it's directed and starring Jack Nicholson. And the premise is it's the 1860s. He's an outlaw, and he gets sentenced to hang in the gallows. And because so many men were lost in the war, the one exemption the town created was that if a woman wanted to marry you, it could save you from the gallows. So it's a Western comedy. Obviously, he gets saved from the gallows, and the woman that saves him is going to marry him and just use him to dig a gold mine for her. And then it's got all kind of twists and turns, and it's a really great movie. It's funny, twists and turns, like I said, and it's really shot well. It states that it's shot in Durango, Mexico. So they built all the sets out there, and it really looks great. 1978 was the year it was made. It was the second movie directed by Jack Nicholson. And so we'll go through the cast real quick. I got the notes here because there's so many. I don't want to leave somebody out. So you got so many people in this. Jack Nicholson, Danny DeVito. So he recruited lots of people that were in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with him. Christopher Lloyd, of course, John Belushi, which was his second movie after Animal House. Richard Bradford, Veronica Cartwright, who was in a lot of sci-fi movies and horror movies like The Birds. Ed Begley Jr.'s in it, and Mary Steinbruggen, which I was like the whole obviously she's in her early 20s in this movie. This was her first movie, but she was so recognizable. And then obviously I looked at her film list, and it's huge. And notably Elf. She played the mom in Elf, Mary Steinbergen, and she did a fantastic job. Really a perfect cast. So that you have all those people in the movie. So that's the premise, and who's in the movie. I let you take a look at the cover. I still got the card on here. But so, like I said, it's put out by Cinematographe. I hope I'm saying that right. I mean, I believe I am, but every time I go to say it, I feel like I'm saying it wrong. But it's put out by Cinematographe. Nice hard case and the cloth bound media book, which they state this is the first film I've got of theirs. But they state that they will all come with these cloth media books. So it's really, really nice book. You got the Blu-ray and 4K sitting right there in the case. And then lots of history. It goes through lots of history and some great photos. Really great photos. There's Mary right there. So, yeah. There's more of the cast. So it looks really great. Now, this 4K scan to me, and it's got the original mono track in it. So they haven't done a lot with the sound, but it's perfect. It's perfect for this movie. It's a great Western comedy. It's a new 4K scan restoration from the original camera negative, presented in HDR on 4K UHD disc with the original mono soundtrack. But this scan's really great. Like I said, the movie was shot in 1978, and so there's just the right amount of film grain left in this. I mean, it looks great. It really looks great. And one thing I found interesting in the movie that I was very noticeable was you know, obviously they did it on purpose. The set designs, the 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 houses, the clothing, the horses, the mountains, everything has a very earth tones, and it never varies from the first frame of the film to the end. It keeps this earth tone pattern that's so interesting and just shot beautifully. Some really beautiful um, sets and shots of the desert, like I said, in Durango, Mexico. And it just looks really good, and it's a really great film, and it's overlooked. I don't think I've ever seen it. I mean, it looked familiar at times, but no one ever really talks about this. And I read some reviews where they kind of bagged on the movie, the writing, and um, but I didn't see it. I mean, maybe it's all these years later, it didn't translate um, to a lot of the reviews I read. This is really a great movie. Uh, I thought it was written well, has Quentin Tarantino type twists and turns, um, the right amount of drama and comedy, and it's a really great package from Cinematography. See, I'm reluctant to say it, but it's a sub label of Vinegar Syndrome. Um, it's definitely worth it. It's a nice product, and so I definitely highly recommend this product. And they're the labeled. I have copy number 632 of 6,000, and I think on the Vinegar Syndrome website they have 2,000 left. And like I said, I always had this in my cart, and then I said next time, next time. But when I saw it at the archive this summer, I picked it up. Maybe it was at a discounted price. I'm not sure, but anyway, it just the whole product was appealing to me. But I do highly recommend this movie, um, and this product. And the 4K scan is awesome. So do yourself a favor and check this film out. All right, we'll see you next time.